Bam. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here, sharing your most precious asset with me, and that is your time. Bitcoin at 51,690. I could see a fat short coming to the downside. I was long this morning. In the last minute, I said, no. I never long when the 1 minute's overbought like this. I said, don't be too wishful thinking on that 4 hour. I said, wait for your 1 hour to come down. And I bailed out of my trade, and next thing you know, the entire market took a collapse. And hey, sometimes you don't hit the short, but sometimes you may save yourself a bunch of money. You're not always right, but you may actually protect the purse, man. Technical analysis will keep you from doing the wrong thing and save you so much money. I'm telling you right now, it just saved me hundreds and hundreds of dollars, and I can show you how. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on in. I appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Let's get that ethereal music back up and running for the day. Shout out to all my beautiful lovers alive. Shout out to everybody out here. And I just love you you guys and girls and everybody out here, ladies and gents, and everyone that makes this an amazing family of people as we push forward every single day. May God bless all of you, and may we have an amazing live stream that brings us so much enjoyment, fun, and I'm looking forward to it. So let's jump in. 51,670. I definitely should open up a fat short. No reason why my indicator said the market was going to dump, right? So pretty cool that my indicators are that accurate, right? Man, I told my whole team literally 20 minutes ago that the market was about to take a dump. Did I not? Who was in the trading group and heard me say we're about to dump pretty hard, right? And bang, we dump pretty hard to the downside. Show me the money. 2 weeks ago, I would never been able to spot this reversal. Thank you, Sammy. You rock. Bang. Bro, why is everything dumping? Why do people do that? I don't like to answer those kind of questions. Why is everything dumping? Everything is not dumping. Number one. All right. Bitcoin taking a bit of a fall to the downside, of course. All right, you lost the 200 SMA on the 5-minute time frame. The 1 hour told you were going to the downside. So I saw this in a tight pen and said, hey, there's a chance that this actually, and again, we're not out like there's a chance this actually stays sideways. Okay? It's not all doom and gloom here, everybody. You know, we might even just get a wick back up and come right back up to the upside. I'd be eyeing the 200 SMA here on the 4 hour time frame. That's the area that Bitcoin is likely going to come closer to if we lose a key level. Trying to find music that works today, but I'm not feeling it. It's all right. I like that track. Hey Sun is nice. We'll see if Hey Sun's got some other tracks that we can feel. All right. So here's the deal. This morning we were in this, but the 1 hour time frame had aggressive stochastics. I talk about aggressive stokes when they're curving up. When the 1 hour stochastics are aggressively pointing down, you're going to get dumped on. Like there's like a 90% chance you're about to get dumped on. If you trade with stochastics, you're going to be in a good spot. So I looked at the 4 hour and I was going to be stubborn to be like, no, the 4 hour is going to push. And we were turning green and we got this pump from 50,100 to 52,003. And things just felt like there was going to be a bigger move. And I was like, man, they may just pin this 1 hour. So I jumped on in. I was up like $40 immediately. Next thing you know, I was down $40. Then I told myself, I said, Sam, you never open longs when the 1 hour looks like that. I said, just go with your strategy and get out. I said, you know better. And I said, yeah, you're right. I said, that's likely going to make a move to the downside. All right. However, I'm super bullish on Bitcoin right now. I'm going to talk about why. Talk about how I'm not even fazed by these and why I continue to buy more. I just bought another, I just accumulated another entire whole Bitcoin. And I showed my team how I do it, when I do it. I buy all the red days. $5,000 here, 10 grand there, 3 grand here. Next thing you know, it's a whole Bitcoin. I don't even know how it happens. I'm still buying altcoins, but I buy Bitcoin too. Every time I put money into alts, I put money into Bitcoin. If I put 50 grand into alts, I'll try to put 20 grand into Bitcoin. You know what I mean? I balance it out. I'm not, now everyone would say, why don't you just put all your money into Bitcoin, into altcoins? You'd make way more money. And you're probably right. But the thing is, Bitcoin will eventually be 100 grand and it will be harder to accumulate then. So you might get into an altcoin and 10 exit and 20 exit. And then you might take a portion to get back into Bitcoin, but Bitcoin might be 20K by then. And it might almost even out, and who knows? I'm a firm believer that God, has a plan for us all. You make your destiny, but there's, and I don't stress, man. God's been taking care of me. I look back on my life and I think of what a beautiful mother I had, what a tough dad I had, but he taught me so much, and I say, God gave me those two beautiful things, man. What other beautiful things is God going to give me? And I guess not everyone got what I got. And that's why that's why I'm here every day, because I know that I was blessed. And I want God to understand, man, I really appreciate what you did for me. My mom told me she loved me a million times in my life. I thought my parents were always loving to me. Just so you know, my parents both passed away this year. Reason why I'm kind of bringing them up, and this is them right here. This is Daisy and Finn, my mom and dad. That was their nicknames. As they ended their last couple years, they went by these nicknames. I guess they recreated themselves on their little journey of retirement. But, man, I love my dad. He died May 2nd of this year at about 1 in the morning. He was passed, but that's when we pulled the plug. And then my mother, she passed, on her own, but she had a stroke. Both of them, I believe, were victims of, medical folly. But we'll get into that in another time, and it's not for today. But God bless each and every one of you. I love you. I appreciate you. And, I never took a day off of my live stream, even though my mom died, even though my dad died. I never stopped pushing. I remember the day that I had to go to my dad's funeral. I was on Crypto Wendy's show and I sold Pepe for gains. And, we don't know what happens to us in this life. And I never lost my faith with God. I got stronger with God. I got stronger with the love. I got stronger with the group. I got stronger with pushing forward every day. I used it as an excuse or a reason to continue to push harder instead of an excuse to bury myself in pain, and it's been hard. There's days that are hard. Last night, I spent an hour looking at pictures of my mother and my father alone in the garage. We made these billboards for their funerals, and then they're hard to see, so we kind of put them places where I don't see. And last night I saw them and I picked them up and I put them next to each other and I sat there and I stared at all these pictures of my mother and my father. And I thought about all the good times and all the great things that they did for me. And, man, I realized, I just realized what a life we live. And at one day, I thought how sad it was. One day my daughter is going to be my mom on a deathbed and her kids may be watching her, like my little baby. Because I saw a picture of my mom when she was a baby and I was like, her whole cycle went. And then I thought the cycle, I'll be dead and my daughter's kids will watch her if everything goes well. The cycle of life is intense when you really fully take it in. And you never know when you're going to go. And so you got to take every single day like it's your last. You got to treat everybody with love and respect. And we're all human. We get angry. We get tired. Things happen. But you can always apologize. You can always say, I love you. You can always say, hey, you know what? I didn't mean it like that. I was just being, I was hungry. I was tired, And again, you don't want to do that over and over again. You want to eventually get into the habit of feeling good. But we're human beings. I just want everyone here. If anyone made a mistake today, yesterday, last week, whatever you did, we're human beings. You're a human being, all right? No human being was perfect, and you're going to make mistakes again. It's going to happen, all right? How you deal with mistakes and how you treat yourself after the mistakes and how much love you give yourself and others is the key, all right? And the gratitude in which you get from all your experiences. If it was a bad mistake, something bad happened, use some gratitude. Say, you know what? I'm happy for this happening. It's okay. I can handle this, right? I put the lime in it recently. Usually it's the lemon in the water. I drink predominantly lemon water all day long and just water, all right? As much water as you can. Amen. Oh my, this is exactly where I'm at. The end of the parents live and constantly thinking about the cycle of life. And MA2. Amen. Yeah. I'm a lime guy. Shout out to my man, liming it up. So here's the deal. We just got a nasty wick right down to 51,600, but we got bought back up pretty good. The 15-minute got oversold. The 7-minute, I'm sure, was oversold. And so those time frames say, hey, could we get a push back to the upside here? And, technically we're kind of hanging on the edge of the pattern. I would have to say we're kind of still technically in the pattern. We didn't leave the pattern really. Or like right on the edge of either bearishly retesting it or getting back inside. We're going to need the 7-minute to reclaim this 200 SMA sooner than later. If we do this and we don't reclaim it, we make a bear flag, retest, and we're going to drop further down. The 7-minute is going to be our guide. The stochastics. When the stochastics reset, if we stay inside of a flag, we're likely dumping. If the stochastics reset and we get back above the 200 SMA, it's kind of business as usual. And the original idea I had is back on, and the aggressive entry would be here at the bottom of the channel. All right. Thank you for everything you do for the 99. It's changing my life. I will be finally writing my testimonial at the end of the month. Join the 99 if you truly want to change your life. God bless you. Frankie, Fit for Life. Not everybody wants to change their life, but shout out to the 10th Super Chat on the live. Which you all know for sure. All right. No one can be sure about anybody on YouTube and online, right? Let's be honest. Like, you know, you make your assumptions about everybody. What you know about me for sure is this. I care about my business with all my heart and soul. I work very hard every single day at what I do and what I care about. All right. And if I do that, that means I love myself and what I do. And if I love myself and what I do, that means I have the capacity to love you. And that means I know what love is. And I know what success is, and I know what discipline and focus is. So you don't even have to know that much more about me because I'm giving you exactly what you need. You don't need to know anything else. All you need to know is, you don't even have to. All you need to know is I'm going to show up as much as this guy does at anything that I love to do, and I'm going to be successful. If I take the blueprint of Sam Price and I replicate what Sam Price did, I'm going to become successful. If I just look at the blueprint, he opened up he had an idea. He opened up a YouTube channel. He did it every single day until it worked. He never thought it wasn't going to happen. He believed in himself. And when he hit roadblocks, he used those obstacles as ways to actually get stronger and push and push and push and push. He kept true to his family. He kept true to God. He kept true to his friends, and he used love, light, and happiness every single day. All right. And no matter what happened to him, his mom died, his dad died, he still remained close to God. If you can follow that strategy, I'm telling you right now, success is coming your way. Okay? Period. And I just want to make that clear. So all we want to do is survive the 1 hour dump here. If we survive the 1 hour dump and remain in some type of structure and we don't break this low. So if the stochastics reset and we don't break this low, which it looks like it's happening because we're battling it off, pretty hard. And I feel like we should have dumped more than we did already, but you never know. We're going to take it one step at a time. We'll even take a look at the 1 minute. 1 minute is even kind of showing a good divergence here. All right. We got swing up to swing up on the RSI. We got swing down on price action. Shoulder head and a bit of a right shoulder. Can we pump back up money printer back to the 200 SMA? Okay. I don't like where the 1 minute is right now, though. Look at that. Curving down on the stochastics RSI. So that would, to me, be in a flag right here, right? And that flag could dump on you. Right now, it says we go lower, possibly to 51,493. The 1 minute is about to tank. We're either going to double bottom, make a right shoulder, or this is going to continue to go down. The way, as high as the Stokes are, in my opinion, in my life of data analyzation of the stochastics on these time frames, we're going to the downside. Probability is we go down. 51,500 is the target for Bitcoin. It just looks likely, like we're about to collapse. You're getting pushed down here on the stochastics RSI. I'd be pleasantly surprised if this turns up. We keep a high, we make the right shoulder, and we stay inside the pattern. Right now, this is going to tell us what's likely going to happen. This will confirm whether we sit inside or we pump to the upside. All right. Let's celebrate the third super chat by my man, Nick Ellegard. Nick Ellegard, we love you. We appreciate you. Nick, where are you from? What are you doing in this world? How you been, my friend? Let's celebrate your third super chat. God bless you. What's your midterm to long prediction for Zeta Chain? In LY, in long year. I don't know what ILY means. God bless you, though. I appreciate that. Thank you. Bitcoin Beaver. Hi, Sam. I'm far from religious, but you are a true inspiration. I've learned so much from you and have gotten some potential life-changing entries in amazing coins. Let's go. Bitcoin Beaver, I love you, and I appreciate you. Paul Wood. Hey, Sam. I have a business where I teach beginner investors. I'm going to push them all your way. God bless you, Paul Wood. I appreciate that, man. And again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do. I love you means I love you, Sam. Hey, I love you. He's like, hey, what is IOI? Hey, what do you think about it? I love you. I love you too. IOI, everybody. IOI. That's my new thing then. Smash the like. Let's go. Shout out to D Spear. Thank you for being here. Good morning, Sam and family. Thanks. I have learned a lot from your videos. I appreciate you. All right. So we really want to see Bitcoin hold its own here and make a right shoulder. It looks like it actually may, and this could be the entry. Shoulder, shoulder. We could make some type of inverted head and shoulder here. Again, looking for the Stokes to flip, turn, and, end up actually keeping us from getting a bit of a dip. This bullish divergence is strong. Could end up being our bottom for the day. We do have more liquidity for BOOKMAP below us, though, all the way back to 51,000. You know, that's where the most liquidity. Look at Big Red is really low, but it's kind of on us too. It's pretty close to us. But it's about 51K is where the biggest orders are at the present moment. They're conglomerated there, 232 Bitcoins. You know, doesn't mean we're going there for sure. But, you know, we lost. Remember, those bigger red orders up here are not as thick as they used to be. But anything can happen right now. BOOKMAP just suggesting a little lower. Link to BOOKMAP. BOOKMAP is amazing. If you want to check out BOOKMAP, you go to my link. And, you know, what I like about BOOKMAP is, look, a trading platform that displays market liquidity. Check what the candlesticks are hiding. See what's behind the scenes for BOOKMAP. All right? It's a cutting-edge trading platform that lets you visualize market liquidity and gain incredible insight into the order book. Trade with confidence as you watch the market evolve in real time at 40 frames a second. Identify market trends, discover hidden price patterns, and understand order flow like never before. It has multiple futures, heat map volume indicators. It's so awesome. Iceberg detector, large lot tracker, cumulative volume. It's amazing. All right? It's amazing. You can get, for the month for Digital Plus, you can get Global. You can get Global Plus for $79 a month, or save $240 if you get it for the year. This is the really one that does crypto stocks, real time, and this thing's awesome. Global Plus is a behemoth, all right? So check it out. Check out BOOKMAP today, all right? I do get a commission if you sign up, and they do sponsor the channel. So we really appreciate you, and anyone that signs up and grabs a BOOKMAP subscription for the year, the month, I really appreciate it. All right. And you can get, and you can put the NASDAQ, you can put Solana, right? You can put a bunch of different coins, about like 30, maybe 20 different big coins, Matic, Solana, ones with the biggest, you know, and you can kind of see what's happening on order flow on these coins too, as well as Bitcoin. All right. BOOKMAP, baby. I use it every single day to show me where the liquidity is. And it's just a helpful tool to add to my confluence when trading. All right. I talked about Signali. All right. This was a token metrics call too for weeks on end. They kept talking about it over and over again. And you can see right here, I said Signali on Gate.io is retesting support on 120. And you can see that resistance, resistance, resistance. Boom. That was a perfect entry. 200 SMA above a high volume node. I could see it going up 85% to the target at 05971. And there's your before. And there is your after. Zig, just that was the exact entry. Never went lower than that. A stop could have been an inch below it, a centimeter, you know, paper thin. And there it is, hitting the target and some, going up 85%, actually a total of 97, and now still kind of holding gains around 80% gains. So Signali continuing to bang ever since it was down here. Look at this thing. I mean, on the lows at a half a penny, it's already up at 10x. This thing does a 10x, that's a 100x for people that got in at the bottom. Again, I've never seen so many coins that have potential to 100x like I've seen in this rally now. It's almost like I can see, like almost every coin I see could 100x. It's just crazy. And you could even get things on Gate.io. Like you didn't even have to get, it's really amazing the opportunities that were out here and that are still here. There's still opportunities, but you know, billionaires are made in the bear, millionaires are made in the bull. People are going to jump in and make millions. People that jumped in when we did and we're building bags here are going to make a substantial amount of money. There's a lot of bags that we built down here in the bear that are going to pay off. You know, that's why you're sitting here when no one cares, when the Google trend was 0, when nobody watched the show, right? When we were at like 500 people, even though we had 40,000 subs or 37,000 and we were grinding. The people that stuck with me, the people that learned, the people that decided it was the smart time to get into crypto is when the market's down, right? So many people came to me, I got into crypto at 69,000, and then I watched all my money just go down because I didn't know what I was doing, and they had the guts to take a shot, but they had no idea where they were in the market, right? They had no sense of balance of, if they were really overexposed, if they were underexposed, how to even figure that out. Now I can teach you. What is a weekly? The weekly chart tells us when we're overexposed and underexposed. You look at Bitcoin just on a grand scale, and it says, hey, if I look at you on the weekly, you're basically underexposed. You're basically in an undervalued area. You're curving up after being brought down on the stochastics RSI. You're undervalued at the present moment. And that makes sense if you think about the buy pressure coming for BTC. And we're going to talk about all that. We're going to break it down. Right now, if you're trading Bitcoin and you want to know what's happening, you're watching the 1 minute time frame. And see how it's curving to the downside on the stochastics? That says we're going to the downside. However, We have a bullish div. I'll take away the moving averages for a second for you here. What is this line? This is this is basically the bottom of that, you know, get rid of this. This is the bottom of the pattern that I drew, right? Look, shoulder, shoulder, head, shoulder. You got to put in that right shoulder. Can you make a complex inverted head and shoulder here? Keep the high. We're looking for the 1 hour to really reset without, you know, the 1 hour wants to continue to dump. And it's funny, I could tell that the 1 hour was going to dump right here. By the way the stochastics were looking. See when the stochastics start to turn? Okay, now I've seen them, they could flop and they could stay up. I get it, but once they had this, like, once they curved even more and they even, in the blue started to separate. And look, you lost a high, there's a kind of a gap in the VRVP here. So it says if you lose this node, you're going to drop pretty fast. And that's exactly what you do. You went up fast, so you came down fast through this area. Is Bitcoin going to continue lower is what everybody wants to know today. I'm answering the question right in front of you by showing you how to figure it out. Nobody knows. The charts do tell us what the probability is. Right now, the probability is we could make an inverted head and shoulder and bounce back to the upside. We had a whole chance for the Stokes to dump, and they did not make a lower low. It's a good sign, and we're making a pattern that's a known reversal. A shoulder, a head, a shoulder, a shoulder. Can we reverse to the upside? Where's my 200 SMA on my 1 minute? We lost it. How amazing is the 1 minute chart? Open up a long last night when you got above the 200 SMA. Or boom. Beautiful long. Open up a long when you got above the 200 SMA. Beautiful long. Amazing, right? Open up a short when you lose the 200 SMA. Beautiful short. Open up a short when you lose the 200 SMA. Beautiful short. Like I find it the 1 minute and the 200 SMA. And I guess I should stop telling people this because it's like, but I could turn you into a trader, you know, if you want it, if you desire it, if you got the discipline for it, if it's what you truly want to do. You want to sit in front of screens most of your day and not have to drive to work, not waste gas, rarely use your car. My cars sit, I have 2 cars. They sit, I look at them all day like this. My leases get no mileage on them. I give them back with no mileage, you know. Look, resistance. And I mean, that's a bearish retest, right? You tried to get back inside, could not. You couldn't make the right shoulder so far. If that's a right shoulder, that's a messy one, you know. Now it's telling me we're more likely coming down to 51,485. Just because like the right shoulder never really gets that dragged out. And the divergence gave us just the resistance, and that's it. So I could see a short brewing when I woke up, you know, and I opened up a long. I'm long bias. Know your bias. I know I'm a long bias trader. Like I much rather trade long than short, but I can trade either way. It doesn't matter. But everyone has a bias, and if you don't, I mean, I guess you could say I'm getting better at being open. But I hold Bitcoin long term. I got into Bitcoin. I was getting emails about Bitcoin. I'm going to show you one of the first emails I got for Bitcoin. I shared it with my trading group recently. Insane. And I got into trading and I joined this trading group. And I don't even really want to mention the group. It's not that big of a deal to me, but right here, the date was May 30th, 2016, 9 p.m. at night. All right. I open up my email at 10 at night probably, or I'm at work the next morning. Bitcoin interest has also been spiking up in China. If we see further yuan devaluation, look for the Chinese to rush into Bitcoin in the near future. Over the holiday weekend, the price of Bitcoin exploded to 530, up 20% from the alert a week ago at $442. Bitcoin was ripping. All right. Imagine Bitcoin at $440. This is true, man. This is a real email sent to me. I have it still. Bitcoin's largest 1 week gain of the last 6 months. And I was correct. The major Chinese buy once again. Wall Street Journal just released an article an hour ago. Chinese buying sparks Bitcoin surge. Bitcoin just made an explosive breakout from the bullish pennant pattern. They see it will go back to its key resistance of 675 in the next 60 days. The halving is coming. An event will make Bitcoin twice as difficult to reduce in inflation in July. They were trying to tell me, and I didn't really get what, like, you know what I mean? This was one of many emails I was getting. But man, this is like, I call me lucky. But again, I decided I was going to change my life, and I started getting into the stock market, and I started playing with gold and silver. You get what I'm saying? And then lo and behold, I got into these emails, and lo and behold, I got those emails. So like, yes, you could say it was luck, but luck meets opportunity, preparation meeting opportunity. And I believe something great was going to happen to me in my life. And I believe something amazing. And I kept researching all these awesome people that invested and made fortunes investing. And in my mind, I was like, that's going to happen to me. I'm going to make a fortune investing. Like, that's my dream. You know, like, what an amazing, like, I'm going to, man, God bless you all for being here. Like, I know I say it a lot. I hope I'm not too much, you know. You don't have to believe in God. I still love you anyway. Like, I never want to push my religion, my thoughts, my ideas on you. You do you. You fly however you want to fly like an eagle, baby. But I just tell you my story and my connections and what have given me this amazing exuberance, this ability to keep going every single day. And I feel like a connection to a higher being has given me a supernatural feeling every day of my life, right? So we get this shoulder, we get this head, we get this right shoulder. Still technically an inverted head and shoulder. I'll give it to you. We're hanging on by a thread, though. There's your neckline. You break the neckline, retest it, possibly get a move. We're hanging on. One more dump rotation. We couldn't make the lower low. Someone's liking Bitcoin around these areas. At the same time, you're rolling over. You know, you get a rounded top. Bitcoin's got to break back above key support or resistance. Right now, you got a local resistance for Bitcoin at 51,930. You can't break back above that. Expect more downside. And this could almost be, a symmetrical triangle vibe now. And these are 50-50 patterns. So now we're in a 50-50 pattern. And so in the next, half an hour to an hour, this is what Bitcoin's going to do, period. It's either going to break down to possibly 51,368. If you want to grab another thing on the chart, I love doing this. You just grab control, snatch it. Say you want another one of these, control, snatch it off. You grab them if they're both wicked, together. And then here to about 52,100. And we're getting tighter inside of the zone. All right. Bitcoin's going to make a decision in the next 20, 30 minutes. And it's going to happen pretty fast. All right. Just got to say thank you to the UPS. Now, God bless you. Thank you so much, man. Hold out there. Have a good one. It's UPS. Shout out to everybody here. Okay, so look, we have this beautiful little stochastics RSI here, right? This thing rolling over on that 1 hour right now, even on that 1 minute right now too. So I'm watching this symmetrical triangle for Bitcoin. It either breaks up. Look, it took that little squiggle, right? Funny. It either breaks up to 52,100, or we're continuing further to the downside. You would have to assume we go further down. But we still got this shoulder, head, and right shoulder. So the battle continues. We're going to get very tight in the next 10 to 15 minutes. I don't see how we don't have a decision for Bitcoin. We got to get back above the 200 SMA as soon as we humanly can on that 1 minute. We got to start making more sideways price action. This has to be kind of a bear trap here. Outside of the pattern, we break back inside, act like nothing ever happened. The 4 hour breaks out later tonight. We continue to pump. Boom, boom, boom. However, 1 hour breaks down. The 1 minute breaks down. The 1 hour continues to give us more pain, which says it has more gas to the downside on the stochastics RSI. It made a bearish engulfing candle on the, and so look, that stochastic says more to come, more to come. And where we would start to break, we would break what? We would break the 15-minute 200 SMA, which we just did. That's the first sign of bearishness, everybody. You lose the 15-minute. Usually like the 7 even, but if, the bigger, and then you look to go to like maybe the 30-minute 200 SMA. This would be our next target right here. And you might fall through, and you have to say, look at the gap of the VRVP here. And so 50,167, you can see is a clear next area of interest. That's likely where you would be going for Bitcoin. Right here. So we're watching that very, very closely. And you can see that's what's going to happen. If we start losing 200 SMAs on the 30, then we're going to lose the 200 SMA and go to the 200 SMA on the 1 hour time frame, which is going to be waiting way farther right down here somewhere at 49,250. So honestly, this 1 minute, it may seem like it's just the 1 minute, But it tells a story, because if the 1 minute breaks us back inside and we get this pump and the inverted head and shoulder breaks out, which says it may, right? So which trade is it? Like, what do I do? Well, I don't love symmetrical triangles because they're 50-50. They take away my edge. However, I do see the inverted, which gives me a 68% chance of a possible reversal. I also have a pretty strong bullish div that did play out, telling me this could be, and here's the cup and handle, that could be the retrace, that buy-in. If I pull the fib, that is likely that 786 retracement that my man, Master Friend, there it is, baby, boom, right? And so, do we get the reversal back to the upside on that move? Do we get back above the point of control? Only time will tell. We're getting very tight in the zone. Stochastics hitting high again without being able to make a previous high tells us we're likely going to roll over on that smaller time frame. Push comes to shove, I remain bearish until Bitcoin can get back above 51,800, 850. To me, it looks like we're rolling over, and we're going to be seeing lower prices for BTC. 51,000 is on the horizon. BOOKMAP also suggesting there's more liquidity further to the downside than to the upside. But again, only time will tell. Nothing is 100%. I am not a soothsayer. I'm not a psychic. I don't know where Bitcoin's going to go. And I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I have no idea where Bitcoin's going. Say that with me. I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. Poloni, Socrates, I don't know where Bitcoin's going. I never claimed to, and I never claimed, I just trade. If I say, hey, I'm long, I'm short, it's because I'm trading probabilities that are telling me what's likely going to happen based on years of seeing this. Okay. I do see this inverted head and shoulder. It does tickle my whistle. All right. I didn't say pickle, but now I did. Interesting. But here you go. Right. So let's take a look. This could get all the way here to 52,123 or drop to 51,364. Ooh, look at there. A spike to the upside. Did they go for the shorts? All right. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. Do we break above this and retest? There's a key resistance right there. Local resistance right there. 51,009, right? I'm going to start with this pattern began right there at 51,928. They got a lot of shorts to liquidate right now. This would be great. For me, yeah, you can want to get in. You don't there's some FOMO. I want to trade immediately, but I want to see us get back inside the pattern, consolidate, see what, and then trade that 4-hour time frame the way I initially wanted to. So I'm not like, I also had a really good trading week, and last weekend there was some ups. I'm gonna stay away from trading Fridays, Saturdays, and Sundays this week, and I'm gonna go right back to I say that, and then I see a nice move that I want to take. Technically a giant double bottom too that look at that. With a higher low, right? And there's your cup and handle. Sammy, cup and handy to the upside. Do we get all the way back to the 200? We need to flip this. If we flip the 200, I'll open a long. You get it? That's what I'm looking for. So this is cool. You can get this move, but then we get above here. We might pump up to here. Then we start to consolidate. So this is what I'm watching for Bitcoin. And, it's not that amazing either. All right. We're still not breaking this high at 51.8, and we're not breaking until we break above this key resistance now, which is 51,930. I would expect more downside. Point of control right here too. See it? See the POC, this red line? You got to get above that on the 1 minute time frame as well. So there's a lot of bearishness right now on the smaller time frame for Bitcoin, showing why it may struggle to get back above these key areas of support and resistance. Stochastic came back up again, and you did not break the previous high. This to me is somewhat of a look. Shoulder, a head, a right shoulder, dump to the downside. This looks to me like more pain is coming. I see Bitcoin falling to 51,485 in the next 10 to 20 minutes. I could be wrong. That's what looks most likely to me based on my years of doing this. Again, I know nothing but the fact of my own ignorance. I want to say it over and over again. And I have no clue where Bitcoin's going to go. In the long term, I believe they're going to continue to print money. And that's when I will tell you what I think and what I feel and what I believe. They're going to continue to print money to zero. Politicians are going to continue to kick the can down the road and blame somebody else for why we're in serious debt. Everyone's going to say it's somebody else's fault every time, right? Oh, it's this guy for voting like this. It's that guy for voting like that. It's these, At the end of the day, the government is like a kid with a credit card, and he just keeps spending. He just keeps spending, and nobody's there to say, hey, I think you should stop spending. Like, But everyone's like, but we need all these programs to help all these people. And, anyway, so they're going to continue to print money. That's kind of an obvious thing to me. So Bitcoin's going to continue to go up in value. So due to bad politics on either side of the aisle and around the entire world, it doesn't really matter. We're going to continue to see Bitcoin gain market share in the minds of men. All right. And that's a beautiful quote. And I just made that up, but Bitcoin's going to continue to gain market share in the minds of men due to inefficient government behavior. And it's the greatest thing. They're a billboard for Bitcoin, and they don't even realize it. And we don't even have to criticize them or say a word. We just have to buy Bitcoin and step back. We've already done that. Once you buy Bitcoin, you're saying so much with your soul, your spirit, and your movement. You're saying, yeah, I get it. I know what they're going to do to me, and I'm going to say no. Enough is enough. I don't want your fiat currency anymore in my life. I want to be extrapolated from the system. I want to hold my funds. I don't want to have to be a part of your debt-based economy. I don't want to put money in the bank and let you basically lend people money on my every time you put money in the bank, you're actually causing inflation on your own money because they fractionally reserve the money immediately. So you're inherently losing money by putting money in the bank. Isn't that crazy? Yes, they'll give you an interest rate to try to balance it off, right? So it's not always, not everything I'm saying is like, I see how someone could convolute that as to not be true. So I get that. But in the long run, you're adding to inflation, right? Because you're allowing them to use fractional reserve lending. And over time, that depletes the money supply, right? Or it enhances the money supply, it depletes the value, right? It's crazy, and you never think about the snake biting its tail, like the overall inclusion of that behavior. But okay, sending money all around the world, but not to the border. Yeah. Think positive, everyone. We will pump Bitcoin going to 100K this year, regardless. Just chill. 100K in 2024. This is definitely, bigger, yeah. Breaking news, live from CNN. Whales are coming on shore and snatching the bears out from the woods and eating them alive. It's so funny. Unfortunately, we still value crypto and fiat. Yeah. Whales are just jumping out of the water. Have you guys heard it? Whales are jumping out of the water and eating the bears right out of the woods. It's been nuts. It's crazy on the news. They're so hungry in the ocean, they just coming right out, plucking them right out. So we're watching this symmetrical triangle, and that's our fate for the moment, all right? Let's take a look at Mara and see what's happening. Shout out to anyone that jumped into this Ignali, another beautiful gainer in the trading group. Let's take a look at my baby CHRP too. I just love that name. Sometimes I catch a coin, I'm just like, man. Nice little sell-off for CHRP after a beautiful 151% gain. You think it would eventually get a sell-off. That would make it safe. If it didn't get a sell-off, it wouldn't act like a normal coin. And it wicked down to the 618 golden pocket. There may be really more legs coming for CHRP. This thing just coming out here at about 0.6 of a cent and already went all the way up to 29. I mean, that is it's a 5X. I mean, it was a 5X since the 27th of January. Insanity. And this thing is coming back for more. Retracing. Token Metrics liked it. I like it. CHRP. I don't own any. I don't know the company. I'm not saying it for any other reason other than I like the technical analysis and I want to teach you something. Watch CHRP reset on the RSI. Maybe a little curve more here on the stochastics, but I like what I'm seeing here on this 6-hour pullback for CHRP. All right. We are closer to the $100 than zero. Yeah. And Bitcoin holding 51,800. Pretty nice. I feel like we should have got a bigger dump by now on that 1-hour time frame. If we continue to hold off the bears, we're in pretty good shape. One thing I got to show you that's a big deal. All right. And I don't know how this isn't a big deal, but it's a huge deal. Just in, the 9 new Bitcoin ETFs now hold 258,770 Bitcoin in total, 77, right? Buying an average of 10,000 Bitcoin a day. This is 11x the daily issuance from the block reward. So you get that right now. And then we're going to get cut in half. That's going to get cut in half. So that's going to be 22x the daily issuance from the block reward, if I'm correct. What do you think is going to happen when the ETFs keep piling into Bitcoin and buying 10,000 a day, but we get a halving? And then more and more people like me are buying Bitcoin because they know that they can't get their hands on it anymore. Got my girl Damara at 16 a few weeks ago. Now she thinks I'm a genius. Hey, man, when you make money for someone else, it's the best feeling in the game, right? Not that I know what that's like because I make money for myself, but you know what I mean? After I was investing, so there's a huge supply shock coming for Bitcoin. I deployed all of my tether yet again. You know what I mean? And I'm out of money again. All right? I'm out of money again. Big Red is sitting now at 51,005. Thank you for pointing that out. So we got a big buy order there that could all, Big Red sitting at 51.5, likely to pull the price down into that area. That's Big Red. You don't want to trade against Big Red. You get pulled into Big Red's wormhole. Number 2 for rewards is Caspa, so that's going to make that chat different. Simple, they aren't selling, they are just buying. I know, you can see it. Like, for the first time in our lives, institutions are buying Bitcoin behind our back by the billions of dollars. I mean, we are in such a good spot, and then we have them printing money to zero and then we have an election year, and then we have the Fed sitting without even able to cut rates or to raise rates because they keep saying 2%, but they're full of old shoes. What I'm seeing right now is amazing. Like, I've been waiting my whole life for this moment. My whole life. Like, it's pretty insane. And I just want to say thank you to every single one of you. Every one of you that used any one of my links for commission. Every one of you that signed up to any one of my courses. Any one of you that signed up to Master Friend's course, who I absolutely love. He's such a beautiful person to work with. Check out Master Friend. He'll give you his whole life in a handbasket. He's amazing. For $300, you won't get this anywhere else. If you don't think he gives you awesome information, DM me. And no one's done that. I mean, he gives you guys amazing information. He's awesome. For $300, you get a recorded class and then 3 mentoring sessions a week where he zooms, shares his screen, does tape reads, talked about liquidity, shows you where there's likelihoods of fair value gaps, and way more than that. I'm not even going to talk like I know what he does. I have my own thing, but you can learn so much. Even zero liquidations, a safer way to try to turn $50 into $100 with proper risk management. Just things that you don't know that you're probably doing that are hurting you immediately. This can help. This guy can help you over here. So check it out. Check it out. But just shout out to everyone that's part of my movement. Jamie, that helps me behind the scenes. Sean, that's always working diligently on the channel and social medias. Jay, who edits away tirelessly. My whole team, Lakochi Coker, who's always there. GF Burke behind the scenes. My wife, tirelessly on the computer every single day. Email after email. Customer service every single day. Meeting after meeting. And all the new people here that we're bringing in too. And everyone that's part of the channel. We appreciate you. We love you. And we thank you for the support. Shout out to the channel sponsors, iTrust Capital. iTrust Capital, you could be trading Chainlink as it pumps up and down short term, in at 10, out at 20. And that's a non-taxable event inside of your Roth IRA. Check out that iTrust Capital link and the QR code right there. It'll change your life. That's an IRA, Roth IRA. Take advantages of the retirement savings that you can take inside of an iTrust Capital account combined with the power of crypto. There's probably no other better way to prepare for retirement. Again, I'm not a financial advisor. Nothing I say and do should be taken as such. You definitely should check it out. Talk to your accountant or financial advisor. iTrust Capital will blow your mind. Shout out to BingX below me here. BingX, the only place where you can trade Forex, ETFs, Tesla, and all sorts of other stocks in this, as well as trading cryptocurrency. I find it amazing. You can't do it anywhere else. Check out BingX today. It'll blow your mind. All right. Let's take a look. I was talking to this guy the other day that trades the mining stocks way more than I do. And he told me the mining stocks like to front run Bitcoin, right? But look, we called this for you. We had the cup and handle, the hidden bullish divergence. I pulled the Fibonacci. We came to the 618 golden pocket. I got into the golden pocket. Bang. Whenever I say Fibonacci to my buddy, he laughs so hard. He's like, the Fibonacci. He's like, we pulled the Fibonacci. And he's like, yo, the Fibonacci. He just people just like it, man. I love you so much. You make me so happy, Sam. I love my wife so much. She makes me very happy. Carrying my third child and watching her every single day as her belly gets bigger and she does everything she can to help the house. She went through 2-3 months of just horrible, nauseating, just bedridden pain. And she's back up better than ever, man. There's more Bitcoin movement to come. Please like, follow, and share and comment. The door will close on the ability to own one Bitcoin at the 50K range. Unbelievable, right? 20 Bitcoin costs you $1 million now. You got to be basically a multimillionaire, because who's going to buy a whole million unless you're out of your mind? Some people are that crazy. They're going to X out everything they own for BTC. Now, Bitcoin's, holding 51.8. I'm telling you, there's something brewing here. So even though the small time frames look iffy, even though the 1 hour wants to dump on us, even though the daily's pressed, the weekly is super bullish. The 3-day chart is still bullish. The 4 hour wants to rip. And there's these people buying $10,000 worth of Bitcoin a day, and they're going to get now. And this is the crazy thing. They're fighting over the Bitcoin, and the halvings, they're going to be able to get less of it in 70 days. They're not going to be able to get as much. Wow, the halving got pushed to the 25th, though. Oh, man, they keep it seems so close. It seems so far away. But we are everyone, can you believe it? March, April. We've been waiting for years. The last one was 2020. I just can't believe it's been 4 years. I've been live streaming every single day. And we have the halving coming. Shout out to everybody that's made it this far, man. Shout out to everybody that made it this far. All right. Dude, my Mara account I'm up 99% on Mara. You know what I mean? In the stock market. And that's because I DCA'd some higher places, but I did get in at I put $7,000 in at 9 cents. That thing did at $9. That thing did a 3x. So at $7,000, it's 21,000, right? It's just crazy. And that's basically the majority of the gains there. Man. And when this thing starts to rip even more, oh my goodness. So, bang. Why? See, it says cash balance. I guess they let you margin. I never asked for margin. I never wanted it. And they let me margin anyway. There was a $2,500 buy and I pressed it. I didn't see how much was in my account. And they just grabbed. So funny how these companies are, man. Before, you actually have to care. Now they just let you margin, I didn't want to take $900. So I looked, I'm like, why do I have a negative cash balance? I should only been able to spend the cash that I had in the account. All right. And it's all about dollar cost averaging. Let's get back into BTC, getting a nice pump out of this. Look what I didn't see as I was blabbing away. But shoulder, head, right shoulder, cup and handle. We held the higher low. We're building. This could have been the liquidation of the day. And now we're starting to make our move. Again, aggressive pump now is up to the 200 SMA. Wait for it to get above and then continue. We get back inside this pattern. This is a bear trap. Okay? The 1 hour starts to kind of, the 1 hour comes back to the dotted line without losing. And these are great prices for BTC, in my humble opinion. And I guess I start back on my next Bitcoin. It's just unbelievable. So Sammy opens the perp. Does Sammy get back into perp land? Let's take a look. So I've been watching this. This has been my, my go-to. And these type of patterns have been playing out over and over again recently for Bitcoin, right? So I'm looking for this consolidation. What I like about it is I don't have to run in immediately, and the volume's not crazy today, but you never know. I could eat my words and watch it just pump to, But what I'm saying is I should get some time to watch this consolidation and enter around here with the stop below here and take it up. That takes us to about 56,800, even a little higher, 57,698. So this is what I'm looking at for my next possible trade to the upside here. 15 minutes oversold, holding the angle. So this is the trade I attempted earlier this morning. I was down $40. I didn't like what was going on. And again, I probably wouldn't be that far off anyway, but I appreciate all you do, Lifer. Wild might be the play of the day if we're bearish. Seeing a diamond, 1 hour bear. Thank you. Hey, Lifer, did you catch my super chat? I didn't. I will look at all the super chats at one moment inside of the fan funding. All right here. And we'll talk about them all and we'll go over them. So they will be talked about. You will have your name spoken. We'll talk about it now. How about Frank for Life Crypto, Nick Ellegard, D Spear 09, Tori, Doc Wilkie World, Jeff Clark, Catherine Brunetti, Blair, OMAC, and Seize the Day. God bless each and every one of you. And I always hit the heart button now because I have a chance to do that, and that's a chance to give love, right? So when you guys hit the like button, look, I make sure to hit the like button too, as many times as I can, right? I'm going to read all these super chats. We're going to get into it in a second. I just got to assess Bitcoin here and feel how I'm feeling. So the smaller time frames are suggesting that we're getting a move back to the upside. That we may, look at that. That's pretty bullish right there. That nice boom. We retested. We got back inside the pattern. All right. Symmetrical triangles are 50-50. It broke to the upside. Now we got to get above resistance at 51.9. 36 really. That one right there, right? We break through that. Okay. Remember, whenever these gets bunched up, we do pump up to the 200. This should likely just pump right to the 200 SMA. You should get a slight rejection there. We'll go sideways. If we flip the 200, that'll tell me that's more likely that we get a move to the upside. Look how we figured out where price action was going to stall. Watched, figured out the pattern, found it on the 1 minute time frame. I knew when I started trading, I'd just be watching the 1 and the 15. I didn't know how to do this. I'd be staring at a red candle, and then when I saw a reversal, I would have just been like, now I know exactly what happened. It was a liquidation event. All right. Boom. They got more people. They got the stops to get run. Now they got stops up here to take out because they rushed the price down. If they rush the price down, there's got to be stop losses right here throughout this channel. Right? Throughout this little gap here in the VRVP, and boom. Now we have a resistance at 51.936. You can clearly see it. Resistance. Supportive resistance consistently comes into play. So you have everything else, and then you have to always remind yourself, where's that supportive resistance? Thank you, our Lord Savior Jesus Christ. Could you check Doge chart on the monthly and the daily? Shout out to Rebel Darkside, AI. Supply and demand, the halving is near. Simple economics. Load up your BTC bags. Exactly, And again, the time to load up was a lot, 41K. People were bearish at 41,000. What I think is if anyone had watched my channel, you're a great teacher. A day ago, I saw an M pattern on the 1 hour for Miggy, Bitcoin miner. It showed a measured drop to 160. My order got filled at that price. Now I'm up 20%. Amen. Coyote Long Homes Incorporation. If you consistently do the strategies in which I teach you, if you educate yourself with technical analysis and you do it over and over again, you're going to be in a really good place. I'm telling you right now. The odds are in your favor because I've already gone through all the probabilities. I bought when you did it 41,000. Remember I bought $20,000 worth of Bitcoin? 41,800 on that hidden bullish divergence on the 8 hour or something. I bought when you did it 41K. You did it live, said Jennifer Moffitt. Loaded up on Bitcoin under 25 because of you, Sam. Byron Franco. So you think we should, no, because, you didn't, see, people think you did it because of me, but you did it because of you. You pressed the buy button. You bought the Bitcoin. I just gave you some knowledge that helped you assess the situation a little better. That's all. I gave you some probabilities and I gave you the math. I gave you the data. A lot of people aren't giving you the data because they don't have it, because they haven't put in the time to get it. Look, this is going to the 200 SMA now. Nice pump back up to the 200. Nice, beautiful reversal. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. All you had to know is how to play an inverted head and shoulder. Sammy, cup and handy. That's why they call me Sammy Cup and Handy, because I use the reversal pattern every single day, all the time. And no one can take it away from me because no one else is called Sammy Cup and Handy. I'm called Sammy Cup and Handy. It's me. I'm Samuel Cup and Handle. Okay? I use the cup and handle, I believe, more than any other trader in the world. There was, you see it on my channel every single day for years on end. People used to be like, people used to make fun of me. He can't just draw cup and handles and make money. Look, this is going to pump to this yellow line. If it gets above the yellow line, it's going to pump even more. You have a gap in the VRVP, which you have entered. We found the reversal. That was it. That drag down got me a little sketched out. They flipped it back up. That was the 786. The 786 right there. And there you are making gains. The people that trade the NASDAQ, that was your trade. Likely the NASDAQ might have mirrored this exact move this morning. Right? And there's the money printer status. Like, nailed it. And I showed this to you guys all the time. Throughout the bear market, we did this every morning, remember? Because there was nothing else to trade. Market was in chop, and we would just wait for this over and over again. Love is the strongest frequency. Amen. Shout out to Crypto Bear Baker in the house. Shout out to Jamie Zeno. Shout out to everyone here that loves their life. Put a 333 if you're loving your life, if you're feeling confident, if you're feeling good about yourself, if you know that you are the opportunity. I want to see a 333 in the comment section. If you believe you're going to make $100 million in your lifetime, put a 333 in the comment section, because I know that you can do anything you put your mind to, baby. Shout out to Armstrong33. Shout out to Seize the Day. Shout out to Pete Pelosi. Shout out to Gooey. Shout out to Crypto Outlaw. Shout out to Greg Novak. Shout out to Crypto Ryan Curry. Mario. French Fries. Sniper Paul. Mr. Kennedy. Pixel Wave. Stack McChange. Jacob Smith. Lifer Adam in the house. Rave Song Records. Jesus Wrangle. Wow. Flavor. Deep Forest. LaDame Adam Wild. And MJ Magic Shack. Snipe. Wow. Alec Louisiana. Miguel Colares. Unbelievable. And I have not even looked at how many people are watching the stream once today. 1,355. And there we go. We get above the 200 SMA. That means we can cook. Baby, cook. And now what I love about this is my original idea is back on the table. They just did a bit of a bear trap here to get people a little fruity. All right. So we can kind of get out of this nonsense. But look, this is how much work we had to do. And look, there's the target of the symmetrical triangle to the upside. There was a 50-50 shot, that you could have won that trade. And the inverted head and shoulder added to the fact that it wasn't 50-50 anymore, because that was a 68%. So then it had to nudge the, the probability higher. So cool. Bear trap. Broke back inside the pattern, in my humble opinion. Done. It was a bear trap as far as I'm concerned. And we're not out the fire yet, but now that we got back above the 200 SMA, all is well. Good music for that moment, right? Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for jumping on it. Appreciate each and every one of you for being here. Bitcoin back above 52,000. Hey, 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 hey. Hey, man, it feels good to be alive. So now we have this secondary strategy. We open up a long now with a stop on the other side of the 200 SMA. Very simply. And just go for the next resistance point or the top of that, I wouldn't take the trade after this nice pump. Personally, I already told you my strategy. I just want to wait for that 1 hour to reset, which it's doing beautifully, and stay inside the pattern. That's all I wanted. And look, I also see something that's not the best, and we'll talk about that in a second. Let me delete this for now. This could be a shoulder ahead. This could just be making a right shoulder, and we could make a nasty dump here. I'm always waiting for, So remember that. But this is a good sign, at least, that these moving averages got tighter. We came together. Now, like if I was going to trade the one, the old me would make a flag here, but I've just seen these pumps go crazy. I'd like to see it pump a little more and then flag to the 21 above the 200 though. Looks like it may not, but and look, this is going to be a cup and handle. If you do drop, now don't be so freaked out if we do lose the 200 here. Not the worst thing in the world. But look, that's where you take profits when you get in down here. So the div happens, buy in, take profits at the 200. It all starts with the divergence. When you get pulled away from the 21-day moving average, then these get bunched up, and then you get to the 200 that ends up by itself. Such a beautiful. It happens over and over again. You can see it. It happened here. You got the divergence, pulled away from the 21, you pump to the 200. The divergence, you pull away from the 21, you pump to the 200. The divergence, you pull away from the 21, you pump to the 200. Happens all day long, all over the place, over and over again. Divergence, you pump away to the 21, pump to the 200. Now, if you get above the 200, that's when really, that's why I sell all or 70% at the 200 SMA whenever I'm trading this strategy. All right. I think I'm going to call the strategy Brian after the dog and Family Guy. It's called the Brian. So whenever you're doing the Brian, so now look, now we want to see price action stay above the 200, make a flag, meet the 21, and then move. So if the 21 can come, and we can go sideways. And look, there's a Sammy cup and handle too, right? And boom, to the upside. That has a bigger measured move, which would be wick to wick here. And that tells us that we may even go big. Now, and do we break out of it? I just want to see us hit the top of the pattern and make some chop inside the pattern to show me that we're consolidating. All right. Those two targets are both pretty sweet. One is 52,463. The other one's 52,693. All right. So because I've watched price action for so long, I know what it does on a regular basis. And it can only do so many things. It's pretty predictable over time. Especially on the small time frames, because you can lock in the movement. It can only move so, look. And look, at the end of the day, the way out of this was the shoulder, the head, the right shoulder. I didn't catch it in time. I'll give that to you, but there's the cup and handle. We did catch the divergence. And nonetheless, just remember, I expect to be perfect. Like, hit every trade, do everything amazing. I have to forget that so many people just got blessed right now. Because when I started trading, I didn't even know how to do this. I never knew. Like I said before, I just saw the 1 hour turn red and would sit there like, I didn't know what was going on. Now I can explain what actually happened. I can see the liquidity, where it went. I can know, kind of what happened to the shorts, how they got shorted, what went on, and kind of really get down to brass tacks of what's happening for BTC, right? And now I might even need smaller time frames. Lately, the 30-second has been like a go-to time frame for me. Look at that beautiful flag on the 30-second chart, right? And again, don't trade the 30-second if you haven't been trading. I've been trading I traded the 4 hour, the daily, and all that stuff for years before. I traded for 8 or 9 years before I touched smaller time frames. All right. Bitcoin 21,400. What happened? I don't know. I don't know what he means. Come on, guys. Let's pump Bitcoin to 55,000. Yeah, let's just do it. Let's all just put our billions of dollars in. Let's just get it done. Because I know I got like 100 mil just ready, to buy more Bitcoin with. You guys see me. I've been emptying, it's funny. I've been buying Bitcoin like a desperate man. As much as I can. What else would you DC into for a 300K-ish house? I don't know, man. You do whatever makes you happy, bro. I can tell you what else that I DCA into, Honestly, Chainlink, as much as people don't realize, it's $20 a coin. Like, let's go over it. Like I'm going to show you something about Chainlink in a second. So look, we want to see this 1 minute kiss the 21-day moving average and stay above the 200. If that happens, very likelihood that the flag will go on its next journey. It's got a long pole. And as we said before too, opening up the long with the stop loss on the other side of the 200 SMA. I'm waiting for a little more confirmation. But that has panned out like 4 or 5 times in the last like 12 hours. It's been an amazing trade to take. So this is starting to set up pretty nicely now. My bigger trade that I already had set up. Okay. So what I want to do is I want to do 2 trades. I want to scalp the small one and long the big one. All right. So this trade would be a 4-to-1 risk-reward ratio. I'm going for 5,7,698. My stop is at 50,458. I could easily get stopped out. All right. I'm going to risk $400 for $11.90. Yeah, I'll raise that up, right? $450 for $13.94. All right, on this one trade. And if we get above here and we retest it, I'm going to maybe triple the value of that trade, or maybe even quadruple it. Okay. Now I switch to Bitcoin USD. You can trade two different pairs as long as you have some Bitcoin in here. So that trade sits open. You can see it's up $5 already, $6 already. We'll see where it goes, right? $13,000 trade, $382. Okay. And then you can see, like, I was about to say, hold up. I must have a liquidation higher than my stop, though. Hold on. Liquidation at 50,009. Yeah, hold on. Yeah, see? So I'm going to lose the 380. You get it? That's a liquidated account. Like, so that I get liquidated at 50,009. You get it? So that's just a complete risky, that whole position, There's so many coins with potential. Yeah. I mean, I just recently got into Pocket Network, POKT. I really like Pocket Network. Research it, find out more about it, get involved, understand what Pocket does. And so here's the other idea, right? You open up, you just get into the trade with the stop loss on the other side of the 200 SMA. And you see, if the last few times, like you did it right here, beautiful trade. You did it right here, beautiful trade. And the stop loss could be so close to the entry, you don't have to risk a lot. That's what I love about these types of this conditional trade. Already playing out exactly as I talked, and from the beginning, right? And then you look how we, and we made the, it's just awesome. And so this trade's the same way. It's just like, well, my stop would be below here. It would be like 52,100, right? Doesn't even need to be that steep. And let's just say, see, this is like kind of more of a, we're kind of getting higher on a resistance level too, though. So it's like, but let me see. It'll also change the chart. Like I'm only on this chart, right? I'm just not expecting a lot out of this because I want that bigger pattern to maintain. And the bigger pattern's got like this upper trend line. So like I don't see how much more I could get out of the scalp. But somewhere to possibly 52,627. Risk reward ratio is not really there for me on that trade, right? It's a 2-to-1, which I could do for a very small amount. However, this is a very bullish idea that I'm very, very bullish on. That's actually, no way, that's an 8-to-1 if I do it right. $866. There we go. So 9 for 23. That makes sense for me now, right? 9% for 23%. And I take that just because the odds of winning that trade are so high, All right. The other trade's already up $10 at 3%. You see? 11. Now, look, I'm the king of 3%. I told you that. Anyway, it's playing out exactly as it should now. All right. The flag is breaking out. We got above the 200 and then the 21 crossed, which is a very good sign when the 21 crosses. Now you want to see the stochastics reset while you go up. That's very bullish because when they turn back up, you have more juice for more upside. All right. Everybody cool now? All right. Is the entry right as soon as we close above the 200 SMA after all? I could pick 1K in. I put a few hundred in. Looks like ZETA coin is primed for a 2-day breakout. SEI price discovery continuing to bang on them, right? This thing is just hot. Thank God I pulled back, It's like, dang, look at that thing just ripped to the upside. Yeah, the 2-day chart's a really strong chart. I trade the 2-day and the 3-day a lot. That 2-day was oversold, and it got boom. A little bit of bearish div now on SEI, and SEI's just been on a massive tear. You're like, when are people going to take some profits on this thing? You know, I like SEI, I like SUI, I like SHIDO. I've been saying those a lot. Those are 3 coins I really do like. If you join my trading group, you'll see so many coins that I go over. You'll see my entire portfolio last night was the weekly screen share last night. Unbelievable. And we went over so much stuff, as well as Bitcoin, my entire my speculative portfolio, what I was looking at, why I'm looking at them, what's going on. I like Paid Network a lot. I like Kyle Chassé a lot. That guy, I think I'm pretty good at like figuring out who's morally cool in the industry. And that guy, I mean, I can't find any spots on that guy. He looks spot on. So shout out to Kyle. If everybody knows him, tell him I love him. I really do. A lot of love frequency his way, man. He puts out top-notch stuff. I like what he's doing. And he's complimenting my research. And I love the guy. Made a 230x gain yesterday using what I learned here. Lifer is the man. If you're new here, don't give up. Keep learning, and you will make it. You're not too late. Damn, 200. How did you make 230x, bro? Tell me how to do that. I didn't make 230x. Can't beat the weekly candle screen share. The weekly screen share. Thank you for saying that, Sniper Paul. I bought a bit of ZETA when you mentioned it. Thank you. I've been loading up on ZETA chain. All right. SHIDO, to me, as long as it holds the 200 SMA on the 1-hour time frame, it's going to continue to go to the upside. SHIDO, baby. SHIDO on my radar. I got a lot of coins we went over yesterday. I posted a lot of coins the last 2 days. I usually don't go too hard on Friday afternoon, so just, look at what I've been posting. I've been posting a lot. We'll be battling Bitcoin most of the day. All right. Remember, nothing is guaranteed in any of these trades. It could go down into zero. Nothing. You always have to remember that. Everyone thinks, oh, because this guy's a good trader with a pocket square, everything he says is going to go, I'm wrong all the time. And I don't, and I'm a human being. You know what I'm saying? So. Is SHIDO only on Uniswap? No, it's on MEXC. MEXC's got everything, man. Yeah. And now they're going to squeeze the shorts. There was a lot of fear in the market, too. And people are not understanding, why isn't Bitcoin coming down? The greed has come back a little bit, but it's still pretty high. Still at 72. However, it looks like it's a sustainable amount of greed, because where's the greed coming from? The ETFs. And so we've never seen this type of greed. So you would think we would get a pushed high. If we didn't get a higher rate of sustainable greed, it wouldn't make sense. So if this does measure greed, and it does it pretty well, then we should see sustainable greed, because the ETFs are just getting crazy with it. Agreed? Makes sense, right? If we think about things logically. Let's look at Mara and what it's about to do on the 4-hour time frame. It wants to pull back. The 1 hour, look at the 1 hour, about to blast. Look how aggressive the Stokes in the 1 hour are. Look at the falling wedge that wants to break out. Look at the MACD about to turn. I don't know how these people trade the stock market. Look how horrible it is. Something like a broadening falling wedge. But I see this thing getting busy. Mara headed to 41 like sooner than later on its next bigger rally. And then it's going to use 30 as its floor. That's going to become its next resistance. We have dug ourselves out of the hole for Mara. Shout out to anyone that got in. Mara was at $3 back last January. A year from now, you're up at 10x almost. You got to love this, man. Shout out to anyone that jumped into Mara with me. And again, you didn't have to jump in with me, but if you saw me jump in, and we're making gains. God bless each and every one of you. And again, I don't know Mara. They've never talked to me. I'm a Bitcoin guy. That's a Bitcoin mining company. Makes sense that they're going to continue to rally. All right. Can you take a look at LTC? Looks like it's calling for a big move. 94 to 112. Most bullish stat I read is cost Mara about 10K to mine each Bitcoin. The best asymmetric stock play. Yeah, so they're making 5x of Bitcoin every single day. I mean, you got to love that, right? And more people want their services, and you need more Bitcoins. Let's look at AGIX on MEXC, Singularity.net. One of my biggest holdings. Thank goodness for a final big pump to the upside. I've called AGIX to the upside. I talked about it. I see 46 coming. Huge move for AGIX. Bang, bang, bang. That's a big pump for my portfolio to the upside. I hold a big old bag of this stuff. Huge move for AGIX. So, yeah, I had a thought on Chainlink you said was going to explain about before you got distracted. I'll get into Chainlink. Thank you for saying that. All right. But AGIX, beautiful pump to the upside for AGIX. Bitcoin struggling at 52,170. All right. And we could still get a massive dump here. Oh, look at that. We fell right out the flag, and we could make a right shoulder here. We lose this 200 SMA, we could dump back down. And I could be wrong right here and have to bail out of these trades. All right. I'm down a horrible $40. I'm really stressing. I might not be able to make it to work today. What are your thoughts on Shiba? Just as I was about to sell AGIX, boom, it pumps. Thank the Lord, right? Yeah, AGIX for gains, baby. And we had it in the cup and handle. Came back down to the 618 golden pocket. Said, hey, that's where it's supposed to pump. And it did exactly like it was supposed to. AGIX. And I do hold big old bag of it. I will disclose when I'm a big holder. I disclose when I hold anything. I'm always transparent up front with you guys and girls, ladies and gents. Super chat, Zeta Chain, CELR, Wild, and Dogecoin. Let's take a look at our baby Zeta Chain USDT on Zeta, on MEXC. 257. Eventually would have to get a pullback after those highs at 289. And it got, look, it's got tweezer tops now on the daily. Usually tells me it's going to have to pull back. It got very, very extended. Still don't got a lot of information on any of these time frames, though. Such a new coin. Just came out. We started buying in this dip low here, 120, 119, 130, and then we just never looked back, and it continued to rip. I kept talking about how much I like Zeta Chain, going over why, and I even keep it here all the time on the screen. Number one, they're hiring, but simple, fast, omni-chain. I mean, once you're, dealing with the Bitcoin layer, I don't know, it's just a big deal. So the arrival of the mainnet beta sees more than 900,000 users and 8 million transactions in the first week after launch. We'll see you at ETH Denver very soon for Zeta Chain's Omni Day. I might have to go to ETH Denver. I'm getting a bunch of people to ask me why I'm not headed there. It's going to be February 23rd. Oh, it's coming up. It's going to be a whole 10 days. Wow, it's a long time. The year of the sport whale. Wow, there's a lot to do. Look at that. Interesting. Are you coming to ETH Denver? ETH Denver is where it all started last year, if you remember, right? I don't know if you remember what I'm saying, but it was ETH Denver, and then the whole industry got shaken up, right? But wow, ETH Denver. I've never been to ETH Denver. I'd like to go, but I don't know. I can't go for 10 days. Maybe I can go from like the 1st to the 3rd or something. A lot of traveling, though. I got to go back to Florida again on March 22nd. So, I like Pocket Network. Started to add to my bags of Pocket Network and begin to kind of, just nibble in. Wouldn't mind if it came back down to the bottom of the pattern here, but it is also showing this really tight channel. So, I'm interested to see what's happening. I'd like it to come back down and go more sideways so we can gobble up some more. I see Pocket Network eventually making a pretty big move, though, to the upside. All right. It's been ripping, but it's reset on the 2-day chart. It's gone pretty sideways, and there's not a lot of selling for Pocket Network. All right. So I added Pocket Network to the game. I also added Trios to my portfolio. All right. I really like Trios. It's a tight, beautiful project. Seems to have VC money, and it moves hot. Now, it may be getting kind of a double bottom here, somewhat of an M pattern. It could be dropping. 2-day chart doesn't look amazing. The daily chart's super overbought. So is the 4-hour. It's very, very tight. Low, high, higher, low in a way. I just see this thing possibly making big moves up to 28. 117% gains for Trios. I'm watching it closely. I'm in it personally in the trade for Trios, right? Let's take a look at our baby TIA at 18. All right. You have to remember, TIA, he said, is being suppressed and manipulated. I mean, it went up 20%, got brought back down. What's up with TIA? Well, you have to remember, people are staking it. Okay? Like right now, I got a stake in TIA, right? So as long as it stays staked, I'm really not going to be touching it. Here's the deal. If TIA loses this trend line, it's going to start to drop. And you're going to look for it to come right down to probably 13. If it keeps the trend line, it's business as usual. It's going to just continue on its merry way. Because there's lack of sell pressure, this is probably more likely as the daily resets and it makes a higher low. I don't know about manipulation. Everything is manipulated. It's human beings buying and selling and people with more money, man. Stock market, any market has a whale in it that can move it, right? It's just facts of life. So look, boom. 67% gains. It must hold that level though, right? And I'm putting it right there because it's not directly on that line. There it is right there. So TI still looks somewhat bullish to me, but it could be getting, you do see some bearish div, which you would have to kind of take into account. So I want to see if we start to drop this way, it's likely to drop further down. If we get the bounce on up, it's a different story. All right. Are you a long-term holder on ZETA? What's your opinion on Chain GPT? Love you, bro. Shout out to the Hoover family. I am a long-term holder of ZETA Chain. I want to hold it throughout the bull market. Yes. I have Chain GPT. I got into it when it first came into the market over a year ago. It came up. It started to dump. I started buying it here at 10 and 11 cents. I don't know if everyone remembers correctly, but I bought it on the live stream here. I said, I love this thing. This looks cool. And then I thought it was a meme that just turned into nothing because I thought I bought a meme. Like, I didn't know. I kept researching though. People kept saying it was hot, but it just kept looking like a meme. I bought a little more here and there, not thinking about it, put it aside. And then next thing you know, everyone's talking about it again. And it's Chain GPT season. So I own my bag. I'm staking it on their site. And yeah, I'm in. So let's see what happens for Chain GPT. Small cap gem, 25x, it looks like could do some damage. So getting a little high here on the daily, but every kind of milestone it makes, it seems to hold. So look for it to make some type of falling wedge or flag here. And then I see another move coming. I don't see why it can't continue to the upside. Chain GPT. All right. And I own the coin, so I obviously want to see it pump. But let's take a look at CELR. CELR Network on MEXC. So CELR, we put in this cup and handle. We talked about it bouncing off of the golden pocket. That was like dang near 2 weeks ago, February 2nd, right? 14 days. It did exactly as we suggested it would. Why? Because I studied thousands of assets around the world. I charted them over and over again. I spent hours alone in the charts alone, and I did this over and over again. And I found that an impulse down comes to the 618 golden pocket, and that's a perfect time. And if you can get a 200 SMA as well as previous support or resistance on a high volume node, you have a good chance of getting a reversal to the upside when the Stokes are also low, and you have a bullish divergence on the stochastics indicator, and you get above the yellow line on the RSI and the MACD's turning. It's all there. I have a 9-point checklist I can give you if you join my class the last Saturday of every month. This time though, I will not be here. I'll be coming home. The last Saturday of every month, I believe, is like the 23rd because of the short weekend. So it's going to be March 2nd or something like that. It's going to be the first Saturday in March. All right. But I teach a $150 class. It's 2.5 hours. It'll blow your mind. Actually, it's 3 hours long, 9 to 12. I always go extra. So give me 9 to 12 the last Saturday of every month, but it's going to be the first Saturday of March just because the way February is. This class will blow your mind. If you don't take this class, I'm telling you right now, you may regret it for the rest of your life. And who knows if I'm going to be alive forever. Not to be rude, but limited time offer. No, knock on wood. I hope I live to 100. But your opinion on DEX, Check, and CoinWeb? One at a time. That's a double up. If everyone put a double up, it would kind of get crazy. Then I'd have so many super chats, right? I'd have to research them. Send those to my team. Could we have a research department, everybody? Could we do a deep dive? I know Lakochi, if he's feeling better, I don't know. But could we get a deep dive on these two coins, Sean? Lakochi seems to be the good Jamie too, but I don't want to put too much on Jamie's plate. Like Jamie does enough. He might want to do it out of curiosity, but maybe Lakochi could be our deep diver. Or he could be my preemptive deep diver. Now you said Wild. Oh yeah, it's probably not this coin. Now Wild, completely disappointing. Beautiful pump to the upside. Sold all the way back off for no gains, Whack. This is a coin I really liked. I researched. I like the team, like the project. I dollar cost average in through the whole bear. It barely gave me any returns so far. I guess, we haven't really, because some coins are preemptively just out of control, I expect every coin to be that hot. All right. So, dude, Meme Coin Alliance, I'm still in, baby. Bitcoin's struggling at 52,800. And it's a Friday, man. Low liquidity Friday. Let's take a look at what's happening to BTC. Not holding that 200 SMA on the one. Giving it all back. And that's not what you want to be seeing. Head and shouldering. Look, shoulder, head, right shoulder. Head and shouldering. Oof. losing the 200. More dumpage. Crazy what they're doing. I'm not going to tell you, even today, there's days where I'll have indecisiveness and, I got to kind of let the market tell me more. Nothing really changes, I guess. I look at the 1 hour. Actually, let's take a deep breath. We'll look at USDC on MEXC here. At the end of the day, let's as long as this trend line doesn't break, I'm bullish. All right? So let's not get emotional on the small time frames. As we jump back to 52-122, right? Long as this holds, I'm bullish. So let's take a deep breath, everybody. I remain bullish. I won't remain bullish when this low breaks. You break this low and we close a 1 hour candle below here, fine. I'll change my tune. And I'll say that's bearish. Then I'll be looking for a bearish retest and I'll be shorting the market. But if we don't close a 1 hour candle below 51,700, and if we don't lose this trend line, which we did not, on the 1 hour we just wicked out, I remain bullish and I stick with the long trade that I made in front of you. All right? So I remain bullish, everybody. I'm not flip-flopping. Sam Price is bullish. You can come back tomorrow and say you were bullish, and I'll say you're right. Even though I don't know where Bitcoin's going, the probability tells me bullish. The big caps or the mid caps are going nuts. They're looking all like they want to push up hard. Well, I told you, I am the king of alt season, and I'll tell you why. I'm the one trader in this whole market that could tell you when alt season can be verified. When the 5-day chart got above the 200 SMA, that's the beginning of alt season. The last alt season that we had was Total 3, was right here. It began August of 2020, it began after the halving. We got above the 200 SMA. See, we're preemptively already more bullish than we were. We're already above that, and we haven't even got the halving yet. We already had our Adam and Eve double bottom that solidified our push up. As long as we stay, and look at the 5-day chart and the aggressiveness on the stochastics, the MACD turning. Now, we will get extended once we get up here, and there will be some type of pullback. People will be taking profits, all right, or some sideways price action. But I see a pump up for 730 billion as long as the alts hold the 200 SMA. So if we lose this 200 SMA in the 5-day, fine. Then I'll have to say, all right, we should tether up and wait for some better prices. But if we stay above this 200 SMA, then there's no reason to tether up, in my humble opinion. And I'm not a financial advisor. This is just what the charts are telling me. And I'm sticking to this, and I'll stick to it, and I'll keep reiterating it. And, I'll remind you of this over and over again. So I remain bullish for Bitcoin. Let's get back into these alts. Someone asked about WorldCoin. I can't stand that coin, but we'll go over it. It seemed to have a big pump today. I did notice that. And so, I saw it breaking out parabolically here. My target was 307, came back down, and then it went on another tear. People like to trade it, and it hit a key level of support, for what I'm looking at. And the daily was low stochastic buy right there with a bit of a double bottom. And then it was gone, right? So you buy the low stochastics, you sell the high stochastics. I'd be getting out right now if I was in this coin, right? Beautiful daily trade on my way done. And then it likely now has to come back down to a Fibonacci retracement. Simple as it simple does on that daily. If it's super bullish, it won't do a fib. It'll make like an ascending triangle or a bull pennant of some type. And it will continue to the upside. You put alert, you wait for it, you watch it. And then if it's going to do something out of the ordinary, it'll make a crazy flag on like the 7 and just continue to pump. But if you got bearish div on the 7, it's likely that that's following suit with the bigger time frame. All right. And your moving averages are pulled apart. AIOZ looking to break that 20 and fly. So I saw it here. The alert came down, right, where people would put a stop, right? Good place to put enters where you would have put a stop loss, but that would have, knocked them out. And then it dipped back into the pattern, right? Almost feel like it left the pattern, broke back inside on a dolphin dip, but even almost has some like descending triangle vibes to it. They could bring it further. 59, that target is 31 cents. Little overbought now, though, with some bearish div. So you got to take it to the smaller time frames. They got to give you some type of flag action. Shoulder, head, right shoulder there. Looks like it may be breaking down this way. So you do your sister. And if you make the ascending, then you take the ascending. If you make the falling wedge, then you wait for the bottom of the pattern. And you that actually could be the retest. So look, wait for the retest. I just saw this now. So it broke out. Look for the retest of here or here. I do see that target headed to 31. All right, let's get the likes up to the watchers. I would greatly appreciate it. Didn't say anything about the likes today. Apologize that. I guess I do got to say it. 575 people here on the likes. $63.23 in chat revenue. $13.49. God bless each and every one of you for being here. Thank you so much for jumping on it. All aboard. Wow, look at V-Man. Can you look at Pulse, sir? Thank you. Appreciate you. Shout out to Bogdan Teodoruscu. How about you? I get a kick out of contradictory individual. Casper, bro. Justin Crypto. Racer. Link. It's funny. The only thing contradictory is you. Yeah. 86K seconds in a day. I didn't know that. 86,000. Yeah. Good morning, life. If you get a chance, can we look into Veracity, VRA? You got to send it a super chat for TA and deep dives. We just got too much to get through the show. And if I did every free one, we wouldn't get through the show. Sad to say, and I wish I could, but I can't. All right, let's take a look at Dogecoin. All right. Dogecoin, I have set up in a beautiful cup and handle. And if you look at it on the 2-day and the 3-day chart, they both look like they were going to rip. The 3-day chart said it had some legs. Still does, but it's out of resistance. If Doge breaks above 8.7, it can pump quickly to 9.7. All right. I don't see huge moves coming, but it looks like it's maintaining. A bigger move goes to 13 when the market starts to really rally or X comes out with some cool news. So I see Doge in the cup and handle, and it's only a matter of time. But it is hitting resistance. It has to break back above that resistance to remain bullish for Dogecoin. Have you considered buying a mining computer? I have a friend who mines Caspa. He's doing well. That's all he talks about. Yeah, I would love to mine. All the time. All the time. Yeah. Can you check Optimum, please? OP. Shout out to all the fan funding. We appreciate you. Shout out to Real Dark Side, Rebel Dark Side. Shout out to Brent. Shout out to Orlando Morin. Shout out to the Hoover family 2 times in a row. Shout out to Seize the Day. Shout out to OMAC. Shout out to Jeff Clark, Catherine Brunetti, Doc Wilkie World. All right. And appreciate all you do, Lifer. Wow, maybe the play of the day. If we're bearish, see a diamond, one bear. Morning, Lifer. Thanks for the Lord, Savior Jesus Christ. God bless you. Ever use Vela Exchange, decentralized cross-chain perp DEX. I'd have to research that myself, but thank you. Ever use Vela Exchange? Ever use Vela Exchange, you're asking? No, I didn't know. Are you a long-term holder of Zeta? We answered that. And this guy talking about how much he loves the 99. God bless you. Thank you so much for that love. Super nice of y'all. So Bitcoin somewhat sideways for the morning, but we did fight off the bears so far. Total market cap, you know what levels have to be held for the alts to have alt season. We lose this, it's not alt season. We get a pullback and we actually get some lower prices before we get pumped. See, alt season is before everyone's buying. It's alt season right here. When you're buying alt, this was alt season. Like we got this run. From September to October, we had alt season. I mean, that was an amazing alt season. Like that was an amazing Caspa. We were making gains. Everyone was in a state of euphoria. Thousands of dollars a day, 15K a day or more. I mean, things were just, we were ripping. We were absolutely ripping. The 5 minute is desperately holding the 200 SMA. The 1 minute is back above the 200 SMA, but very, very barely and ever so slightly. But it's holding. It's a very strange price action today. Look at this. It made a head and shoulder. It dumped. It got bought back up. It made another shoulder. Stayed above the 200. Looking like a descender or like an ascend. Now it looks like, look, an ascending triangle beginning to form. And it's going to, that's more bearish than bullish if you ask me. I'm seeing chop right now for Bitcoin. I'm sticking to that 1 hour time frame and just kind of keeping my head up for now. Zeta chain in a flag coming back up to previous resistance as support. All right. If it bounces, we get the move. If not, maybe a bigger pullback. It pumped hard, but the 1 hour still wants to give it some legs here. It would take it further up to 328. I'd like to see it break that $3 level. ZETA chain, just on a massive, massive tear. Another beautiful call on the channel. I started buying ZETA chain. I was very open about it. Sam, thank you so much for your help. You're an inspiration in my life, and you give me encouragement to keep going and learning. One thing I want to talk about is how to become amazing in life. All right. So look at me. Someone has a YouTube channel, right? A person. And what you do is you're broadcasting to the world. Here's the world and all the people. And you're broadcasting. Here's my little, my mega horn, right? And I'm broadcasting to the world. Now, there's always going to be haters and people speculating and jealousy and all that weird stuff, right? But if you consistently keep helping others, so one guy comes in, he watches my stream, he's having a bad day, he hears me talk about love, light, and happiness. He feels good. Boom, that's a positive connection I made. Another guy comes in, he's in a trade, he's not sure what's happening. He learns how to trade the Stokes say overbought, he gets out, he watched the market dump, he didn't lose tons of money. He gets happy. Another guy watches my stream and learns about a new coin, right? He deep dives it, really likes it. He ends up 10xing. He gets happy, right? And so what you do is you create so much opportunity for so many people by being positive and amazing that the haters and the people that just don't believe in themselves, that don't think there's opportunity, they try to get in, but it just bounces away. And that's why this channel, we don't have a lot of trolls. We don't have a lot of issues. I shouldn't even mention it because it's the vibration in which you keep, which creates the energy in which you have, all right? And I reiterate that all the time. And there's a reason why we're moving the way we're moving. There's a reason why my group is continuing to grow. There's a reason why things are going so smoothly. We're being so successful. And a lot of the calls are working out. Focus and discipline and positive energy. All right. Sam, you ever heard of Pocket Cash? No, I heard of the Pocket Network. I don't know about Pocket Cash. I'm in the group and I'm pumped like a kid in a candy store. Shout out to Homegrown Empire LLC. I love stick person time. Yeah, it's a good time, right? Yeah. But I mean, it's all about the vibrational energy in which you create in your mind that you then put out to the world that then you receive back into your life. If you're successful, full of love, light, and happiness, you're the conscious decision you're making to create that reality. Just as when you're upset, you're creating an upset reality. I don't even like using those words or depicting them anymore because I want a chance to depict greatness, love, and happiness. And that's just I want to use my moment in time and my ability to be here to be as positive as I can every moment that I can. What else do you have in this world? Yeah, I can't believe your channel isn't way bigger. By far the best TA in the game. But the community you've built is amazing regardless of how big. Yeah. Everyone always says that, but break down a lot of the guys I'm going against. I didn't really start live streaming hardcore till 3 years ago. All right. So 3 years of live streaming. I guess you're right. I should have gotten a little more than that, some love than, but again, the other people play the algorithm, right? They always made videos, segmented videos, which I think do better, 8-minute segmented videos. Someone explained it to me. The algorithm likes recorded videos. Live streaming is a tough way, right? But what you do is, this is the difference, and this is what I find interesting. A live stream, the people get to see who you are live for 2 hours. So they get to know way more about you and judge you and they feel you. You're live. There's nothing really to hide. Pre-recorded videos, I can mess up all the time. I can sit there there's going to be a bunch of me hidden from you. You're only going to see what I wanted you to see as a recording, right? And if I put out 1 or 2 of those a week and they're 27 minutes long, in a month's time, you only see me for 30 minutes and you see me a little bit. In a month's time here, you see me for 60 hours, right? Even more, 64 hours, right? Because the double stream. And anyway, and you get to know so much about me and who I am. My wife comes in and the connection is real and the connection is stronger. So through a live stream, I believe you make a stronger community of people than, but at the same time, it depends on your message because someone that makes 1 video a day can have a hugely strong community too. So that's not necessarily true. But you do get more intimate in a way because they get to know you better. All right. It's a harder road. It's not an easy road in YouTube. It's the harder road. I picked the harder road. but I never wanted to go the easy way. And I never wanted something that was easy. So, and we're very successful and very happy. And so with that, you know, I'll tell you, I'm probably more successful and I make way more than channels that have 500,000 or, you know. So a lot of people have the views, but they don't know how to monetize them. You know, they're just, you know, they're doing YouTube ads and stuff. It works, but you got to be business orientated. You got to come at it as an entrepreneur and really go for it, right? I think the reason you don't have huge 300K subs is because you teach. A lot of people on YouTube want to be spoon-fed buys. I would rather have quality over quantity. We have a good community here. Yeah. Keep compounding and the growth will be multiplied. Amen. See? 100%. All right. Lark clips out parts of his live streams and posts those too. Maybe an idea. We did that for years. Yeah. No, Lark's a good dude. I like Lark. I've been watching Lark for a long time. Shout out to everybody here on the live. Thank you for being here. You're the best. Cup and handy, man. You're the best. Thank you. God bless you, everybody. Yeah. Tired nuts going to posting quality setups, man. It ain't easy. And he said, I remember when they didn't make your morning eggs right. Honestly, we were out all day and I didn't eat anything all day. And we got into the house and my wife knew I had a live and I said, could you just throw 2 eggs into boiled water? We were home for 30 minutes and I didn't get 2 eggs. And I just didn't understand how 8 minutes I couldn't get boiled water when I hadn't eaten all day, when I did everything for the family and I needed to eat for the live stream. So I'm just, you know, it wasn't my morning egg. Just to make it clear. It wasn't my morning egg. All right. Just to make it clear. All right. You go all day and then live stream for 2 hours straight on no food and see how you feel. All right. Thou shalt not judge, man. Let people who in glass houses cast the first stone. You know what I mean? Egg day, man. And again, you only get to say egg day because I've given you so much of who I am, you know, and so you get to throw things of who I am in my face, which is great. That's the beauty of going live. You know what I mean? Live streaming makes everybody feel like they're part of a community. Hey, Sam, when you did the 3-day fast, did you work out during those days? No, I had hurt my leg is hurt. It's finally back and looking, my leg is finally 100%. Like, I'm ready to go now. But as being an older man and ripping through my, you know, my hamstring, I wanted to take a break. All right. Let's take a look at Ethereum here on the charts and see what's happening. All right. And I didn't want to address the troll egg comment, but at the same time, I wanted to, you know, I wanted to make it truthful. It wasn't a morning egg. Like let's just be honest. Like, it wasn't a morning egg. You know what I mean? Hey, like, what? Like, it was like a late afternoon egg. Like, you know what I mean? So, I'm just saying, you know, the guy had it way wrong. Like, the story was, he wasn't even, the person was, they didn't even know the story right. Like, the story wasn't even right. Like, he's beating it up too much. Get it? He's exactly not right. We could start this again, right? He's only yoking over here. Don't get me walking on eggshells now. Man, you know. We used to do a lot of that on the show. It's been a while since we did that. It's been funny, man, you know. He's cracking me up over here. Hey, here's another one. Hey. All right. I love it, man. Yeah. And see, man, we turn that troll comment into a beautiful way to smile and be happy. See, everything in your life is a reason to be happy. Everything. Like, you're always looking for the greatness. God gave you this beautiful miracle to be here. And we don't know how long it's going to last. We got to take every moment we have here and just be blessed that we're here. Right? Don't be chicken. You're funny. Don't peel the eggs, or does the eggs peel you, you know. Hidden bullish in the 1 hour. I like Ethereum here. Looks like it could be pulling back. The 4 hour looks pretty good to me. The 1 hour actually looks interesting. So what you're looking for Ethereum is just some type of flag, right? This, look. And remember, total 3 is all the altcoins excluding Bitcoin and Ethereum. So that's the total. That's the total. Let's take a look at total 2. I want to look at total 2 for a second. I haven't looked at it in a long time. Total 2 is just Ethereum. It's all the altcoins excluding Bitcoin. Total's doing great. Look at that. Look at Total. We put in this flag. It looked like Total was going to rip to 2.37 trillion. Total broke resistance and is doing very, very well. Remember, Total did something very interesting recently. It got back above the 5-day 200 SMA just 15 days ago. I showed you when Bitcoin did that and said that was Bitcoin's big catalyst. This tells us that the total market cap is about to have its big catalyst. All right. So it's a good time to be, for me, it's a good time to pile on in. All right. We take a look at Total 2. Total 2 is just getting back above its 5-day 200 SMA. Same story as Total 3. As long as we stay above this 5-day, we're going to have a massive rally to the upside. This was our bottoming out. We are just getting started here. And look, if all coins started down here, so they come up, they have a higher floor than the last floor. They come up, they have a higher floor than the last floor. They come up, and it's just crazy. Like it looks like we could be getting to $3, $4, $5 trillion. Really, the measured move would be the length of this pole, right? And it says like we could be getting up 2.75 just for the altcoins alone. We're at $870 billion. And look, we're out of resistance. This breaks out. I mean, we're going to go up a little more to 957, and then we're going to be $1 trillion for the altcoins, excluding Bitcoin. Bitcoin's back to $1 trillion asset too as well. So, and Bitcoin back to 52,100. We're kind of hovering on that 52K level. And it's all about the 1 minute 200 SMA. Let's take a look at it now again and reiterate this fact. We keep hugging around, and now we're in this giant cup and handle. Sammy cup and hattie to the upside, right? Moving average is getting tight. That, my friends, is a cup and handle if I've ever seen one. 1, 2, pull through. Sammy cup and handy to the upside. I see a cup and handle for Bitcoin. And I've seen these play out many times. 1 minute doesn't look good. Looks like it's going to come back down first like this. Dump back down to the channel one more time. Maybe make a right shoulder there. Shoulder, head, right shoulder. I'm getting mixed signals. You know, the 1 hour looks okay. We got the reversal, but, you know, we got to maintain. Low, high, higher, low so far for the day. I am seeing this cup and handy. Bitcoin's just been volatile between like, what, 49.9 and 52.100 for a while. Legs and eggs at the Foxy Lady. Funny, how did you know about the Foxy Lady in Queens? Maybe not the most subs on YouTube, but definitely the largest group of awesome people. 99% of people in here are positive. Shout out to Cash and Crypto. We love you, man. Thank you for being here. We attract the most positive people in the game due to the frequency of the stream. We do what we got to do. Everybody, I love you. I'm out for the day. I appreciate you. I'm going to deep dive what you asked me about there, Dex check, and something else. I'll look at it. Let me see what it was. Have my team write that down. Much love to you, Sam. Ever heard of Pocket Cash? No, not yet. But we'll deep dive Dex check and CoinWeb. I have heard of Dex check. That was actually on my radar recently. Shout out to everyone that gave today. Nick Ellegard, D. Spear, Tori, Doki Wilkie World, George Clark, Catherine Brunetti, Blaine Blair, OMAC Sees the Day, Rebel Darkside, Brent, Orlando Morin, the Hoover Group, the Hoover family. Hoover Group sounds cool though. Crypto Pitbull, and John Crispala. Everyone, we appreciate you. $70 in chat revenue. Very, very nice of you. Over, 1,500 people on the live. May God bless each and every one of you. Thank you so much for jumping on in. Thank you for being here and being a part of an amazing, amazing live stream. We appreciate you. We love you. And I'll be back in the live stream tomorrow morning with a morning update on the weekend and Saturday night at 8 p.m. Everybody, I love you. I appreciate you. And look forward to having you guys again tomorrow for another awesome live stream. You all mean the world to me. If I didn't have this stream, I don't know what I would do. Your time creates the stream. And I really appreciate your most precious asset, which is your time. I love you all. Thank you so much for everything. We made it to Friday, baby. To the weekend. Pay attention. Stay focused. And, hey, I love Bitcoin, baby, and I love you. Have a great day. Be safe.